William Tweed, born April 3, 1823, in New York City. He is also commonly known as Boss Tweed. This nickname was an act of criticism by Thomas Nast. William was a New York State politician who led a group of corrupt politicians who gained power in the Democratic Party in the year of 1863. Before his success in politics, Tweed worked at a brush factory for 16 years. He later moved into management because of marriage with the owner's daughter, who was Mary Jane Tweed. The start of the decade 1850 was his rising spot. This was when he became a top leader in Tammany Hall. This was a make-or-break group which had power of Democratic Party nominees. With absolute power that followed Tweed, Boss Tweed was earned the job of Deputy Street Commissioner and began placing taxes on the city payroll. This made Tweed have a huge profit, which led him buying several companies which were awarded with no city contract. Later that year, he was elected to the state senate in 1867, and within months he charmed his way into having similar near absolute control over the state's capital. Thomas Nast, a famous cartoonist for Harper's Weekly, was one of the only few voices to speak against Tweed. Boss Tweed's dynasty was brought down within when members of the hometown hall he once knew, Tammany Hall, shared evidence of Tweed's corruption to the New York Times. The paper later ran a series of articles exposing Tweed in July of 1871, and on December 6, 1871, Tweed was arrested. November 1872, he was convicted of 204 of the 220 charges charged against him and later sentenced to 13 years in debtor's prison. After 19 months in jail, Tweed was arrested with appeal and later the day after re-arrested to face additional charges against civil suits. Freed from prison in 1875, Tweed fled to Spain where he didn't get far. As soon as his ship docked, he was arrested once again. When he returned to New York prison that he called his home away from home, Tweed gave a complete confession to all of his crimes while he was convicted of. He was hoping of a pardon, but his listed crimes were too extensive that the state's attorney general refused to make a deal. In 1878, Boss Tweed died in federal prison, leaving his wife Mary Jane Skaden Tweed along with 10 children with no money nor home, since money they once thought was theirs went straight back to New York State where it belongs.